Hi, I'm Ashley at DIY Prop Shop, and today we're going to be talking you through how to put together an R2D2 frame. Right, to start with, make sure you've got all your pieces. There's 22 pieces. There's a base that looks like this, two straight sides and the square cut out. There's the lid that's completely round with a round cut out. We've then got uprights, each labelled. There's one A, one B, one C, one D, one E. There are three Fs and two Gs. You've also got the curved pieces labelled 1, the full circle is 2, the small piece is 3, these two are 4, we've then got 5, 6 and the thinner one is number 7. To start off, we start at the front, and on the base you've got each of the upright positions labelled. So when you start putting it together, we start with piece D and we slot it into the D location on the base. We then get the centre ring, and where it says D2 you find the number 2 on D and slot that in. We then get piece G. Now G has only got a number 2 slot, so that slots in at the back there opposite D, and it gives it a little bit of stability. We then take the other G and slot that in to the other G slot. We then take ring number 1 and slot that into D, and then take piece C and slot that into 1 and 2 like so. We then get piece number 5 and we slot that in there. Piece number 6 goes in there. Now as you're putting the top pieces in, you may find that some of the bottom ones start to come a little bit loose as you're widening the wood to slide them in, but don't worry, they'll all go back together when they once all the pieces are in, it'll all locate nicely. We then put C3 in there and it holds quite nicely there. We then take piece A, which has got a 1, a 2 and a little notch out where it goes into 5. That slots in there and it locates into 1, 2 and just in the top of 5 like that. Same for B, only B slots into 1, 2 and this little piece of 3. And there we go. The front is now done, that's quite secure. To do the sides, we move it round. It's fairly stable at this point, so you can handle it, but things might fall out. It's not a problem, you can always slot them back in. We're going to start off by putting the large flat piece in with the slot in that says number 4 on it. We'll take F4 that's got an F4 and an F4 and we'll slot that in. Make sure that it's going to locate with the 2 Fs and you've got the right side. We slot that piece in there. Holding it steady, we get one of your F pieces that locates into the base, into F2 and into F4. And then we take another F, we place it in there, into F4. There we go. Then we do the same on the other side. Same piece for this, but this piece, instead of having F4 and F4, has F4 and E4 where the slot is just notched out. We slot that in like that, place that in there. You take F4, Place that in there and in there, and then we take E4, which is another long piece, and that slots into E2 and just into the notch of E4. Now before we make sure that everything's pushed up, right, now we're going to put the top on. This bit's probably the most difficult part because you've got to get all the upright pieces to locate all at the same time so it slots down nicely. But once it does, it'll be nice and solid. So we start off, just choose one. I'll start with one of the back G's and then just work your way around, just locating them in. There we go. You feel them sort of drop down into the right position. And there we have it. All the pieces are now in, so we just make sure that they're all fully pushed back. All the pieces are nice and tightly into their correct slots. There we go. So once you've put your frame together, do it a few times. Don't try and glue it up the first time. You'll find that the more you put it together, the easier it'll become. I've put these together hundreds of times and pieces still fall out as you're trying to put them together. Don't worry about it. It'll go together. Once you've got it into your head how it all goes together, then you're ready to glue it up. Just follow the same process, putting the pieces in. Take your time, putting a bit of glue where each of the joints are. Remember, once it's all glued up, put a little bit of weight on the top to hold it all down, but not too much so that it doesn't put it out of skew. Once it's all glued up, it might be an idea to wrap a bungee cord around it and that'll hold it all in tight. But to be honest, when I've glued mine up, I just did it like that, put a couple of weights on the top and it was fine. Thanks for watching.